Hello and welcome to this episode of Talking Trim. Today we are looking at the door surround retrim kit and associated hardware metalwork cappings for the Jaguar XK150 open two-seater Roadster. Now strictly all of these bits in front of us here on the video are only for the Roadster. However, they are shared with, for the most part, the fixed head and drop heads, apart from the actual door top cappings, which are subtly different for those other models. But for a very basic overview, this works essentially for all three of the 150s. What we've got here is a multitude. We've got the material retrim kit, which we supply as standard, as a kit, or as part of the trim kit. We've then also got brand new aftermarket metal cappings, and then we've got fully trimmed versions. Fully trimmed versions are actually originals. They are ones that the customers sent us from over in Europe, and we've retrimmed them. And for sake of clarity, the retrimmed ones, the original ones, are in biscuit and they are full leather. Originally, these parts were normally supplied in vinyl leather cloth spec, which is what the retrim kit in red is. But we've done the biscuit ones in full leather because the customer has gone for full leather door areas on his car. So, let's dive on in. So like I say, the retrim kit in vinyl, that's supplied as standard as part of our trim kit. We do also sell it as a kit on its own, as a car set like that. Bear in mind there are also elements of piping supplied as part of this kit, so just bear that in mind. I'm not including the piping in this video because it doesn't really tie in very nicely with the capping elements. For sake of clarity, as of all my other videos, I try to show you where this goes in the car. So this is a photo from this very useful Philip Porter book, and we're effectively looking at the surroundings. So you've got the door top cappings, the front aluminium piece and the rear aluminium piece. So it basically surrounds the door panel. Door panel's recessed back, and then you've got the door flap that go from side to side, but we're looking at basically the rear panel here, the front panel here, and the capping at the top here. Now, as I just mentioned, the Roadster, i.e. these cappings here, or rather that's the face capping there, the Roadsters, the door top cappings were unique, whereas the fixed head and drop heads were different to these. They were a slightly different shape, but they're shared with one another, the fixed head and the drop head. In terms of the front cappings and the rear cappings, they are, I believe, universal for all the cars. Need to check that for sure, but I'm fairly sure that's the case. It's basically the capping on the top's different, but the front and rears are the same. Check my website to be sure for that, but I'm fairly sure that's the case. So, like I say, got the retrim kits here, so you can see that they're easily enough material to trim round. You've obviously, on the metalwork here, you've got the slit here, which allows for the pocket flap to slide in on both the front and back edges. You have the associated fixing holes here, and you also have the clips pre-bonded onto them there. Like I say, these biscuit ones are the original ones, and yeah, trimmed all the way around. A bit of foam padding on them for definition, and you leave a loose flap at the top there, which will effectively sit underneath the top of the capping there. So that's the rear section of them. Front sections, very similar again. You effectively have this slit here and other elements that allow for the door to line up effectively with it. And then on the back again, you have the clips and the necessary holes in them there. And same principle again, they're pretty much trimmed all the way around. Some are cut off flush edges, as you can see. Other ones have flaps on the edge, exactly the same principle, so it slides underneath. Then you have the door top capping here, which obviously has the necessary slots for the doors. It's all bent metal like that, and then again you trim, mixture of trimming all the way around, floating, etc. It has got foam padding again on those there. Yeah, as you can see, nice job. So that's basically the lots there. Fairly straightforward video, that one. But yeah, just to recap, material retrim kits along with piping, which is not in this video, makes up the door surrounds retrim kit. That is sold as a kit or as standard is included in our trim kit. Optional extras would be brand new metal cappings. Like I said, there is a difference between the Roadsters and then the fixed head and the drop heads, so just bear that in mind. And additional, again, optional extra, if you wanted us to supply them fully trimmed up, then we can do. Either send us your original cappings as per the biscuit leather ones, or we can supply brand new aftermarket metal ones, which we can then trim up for you. So yeah, they're your options. See our website for details. Please do contact us if you have any other questions. Remember to like, subscribe and share with other classic car enthusiasts, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.